Last time on Urban Stars, our intrepid adventurers once again had a split party where Udel and Luica are seeking funds through illegal gambling once again. Udel's favorite thing. Also, I'm pretty sure he got stabbed in the face because of this once, so we're still not sure that he's actually good at it. We'll find out today, maybe. And Keklik and Cal, along with Keklik's cousin Galak, are exploring the cavernous city underneath the Undercity. It's been a very interesting journey so far, in which they found a glowing radioactive rock behind the walls of this hallway that's dotted with all kinds of foreign electronics and machinery. And when Keklik attempted to touch that rock, it gave him some sort of a force vision, we can probably safely assume from the past, of what went on here. That's where we're picking up. You guys are in this this hallway, or this room that's in a hallway of this kind of underground building. You don't know anything beyond like the first 3 or 4 rooms. You guys are taking your sweet time investigating things step by step by step. You just saw some kind of worm-like creature scurry across the hallway and through this hole in the corner of the wall where you're able to see this rock. Without kind of intensive testing and stuff like that, you don't know much about it. But your preliminary testing in your scanner, which you flipped a light side point to retrieve in the last episode, you can tell that it is not a harmful form of radiation. That whatever it is, it has radiation to it, but the radiation is not what's making it glow. That's some kind of other chemical reaction with the rock. There's something else going on here, but your scanner can't quite pick up what it is.
Could I tell if the radiation's not harmful because it's been long enough ago that its half-life has,
That's a pretty safe assumption to make.
Okay.
I don't know if in the Star Wars universe they've discovered half-lives and stuff, but if they have, then it's a pretty safe assumption that that's why.
Okay.
That the official isotope of this particular chemical
is broken down
and is safely consumable by humans. No, I'm just kidding.
Ooh, let's make it a drink and sell it.
This is called New Ice.
A new currency.
I thought it was called New Pepsi.
Well, if every time you touch it you get a vision, I bet we could sell it for a lot of money.
Grind it up and call it spice.
That's right. Go. All right, cool. So you guys are still in that room. You don't see any more sign of the worm. Galak says, I don't think that we should stay here too much longer.
No, actually, I would like to go talk to my brother about what I saw.
Okay, so you guys leave without incident. Just kind of a quick exit scene of you guys climbing the makeshift ladder that you've sent down here. And you come back up into the caves that you guys are living in right now. And you hear all kinds of coughing. You see a small fire where the evening stew is being roasted. Or cooked, boiled, however you do stew. Over this fire for essentially the entire section of the camp, which is comprised of about 10 people. The resistance has grown a little bit on Terrace. From where it was about 40, including both Lugnugs and the Baron's pits, we're up to nearly 120 people that are dotted throughout these caverns, and so they've kind of been split into smaller 10 to 15 person districts, and this stew is there to feed your, quote, district. Callist is nearby in just kind of a huddled hole that's been dug out for you guys, specifically the 3 Verpine, to rest in when you have the opportunity.
Okay, I'm going to go talk to him.
All right.
Callist, I need your help.
Keklik, how can I help you?
Well, I had a force vision down below. I went into a room. You haven't seen all the machinery down below yet, but we must go down there together and investigate it. But we were down there doing a survey, and I picked up a piece of blue, and I'll show him. I have it in a little vial. and I will show it to him.
Okay.
I picked up this piece of radioactive rock, and when I touched it, I had a force vision from the past. And I saw a vision of a being that had an elongated head, was tall and spindly, with a short mouth, and I'll basically describe
describe the being, the alien that you saw.
And he was operating this machinery. Does any of that... are you familiar with any of that thing I am describing?
Well, the elongated head sounds similar to reports we have seen of the Rakatans, but we never saw their presence in this area of space.
But that does not mean they could not have been here.
This is going to provide some very interesting research in the future.
And the fact that there is a chamber that resonates with the Force, they were Force users. Or at least they manipulated Force technology.
Well, as Belisha has taught us, the Force is in all things.
That is true.
Perhaps the Force is not radiating from this cavern, but is using your vulnerable state of inquisition there to speak to you directly.
I see. But there was so there is a Force presence there that is triggering this?
There is a Force presence everywhere. Kuklik, you should meditate on this.
I will take your advice.
Cal's just kind of sitting there, like, thinking in his head. He's like, do they all speak like they're robots?
Yes.
We are robots.
They essentially are robots.
Okay.
They're all ruled by one hive mother who apparently births all of the children.
And we have our antenna. The other Verpine we're with, their antennas are broken, but if your antenna's not broken, you're all connected in a great hive mind.
Oh, right.
That can go hundreds of miles, so they all can talk to each other.
Oh, and Cal's been taking
of course, taking
drinks.
pulls. Absolutely.
Cal, I noticed that you drink that medicine a lot. Is there a reason for that?
I kind of need it to keep on going, if that makes sense. You want to try it? Somebody pulls the flask out.
No, thank you. I have...
It'll give you a bit of a boost.
I will sniff it and... No, I am familiar with this concoction.
All right.
Thank you
then
very
you know
much.
It's not medicine.
But I do know that it tends to...
Do Verpine sniff with their antennae?
No,
Yeah,
I put it between my legs. I have no idea.
He spiked the drink, people. He spiked the drink.
He's just like, it's going to taste the same anyways.
It's going to kill whatever I did to it.
Oh, man. Okay. Back to it. Great. So, are you going to go meditate now?
Yes.
Okay, good. So, you head off to meditate. That's not really going to yield tons of results, but it gets you out of the scene.
There you go.
Cal, let's talk about your character for a minute, because you kind of were just introduced on the fly. Now's a good time to tell us a little bit about yourself by kind of painting a scene of what maybe your little personal cave looks like. Like when you're walking, what are you wearing? How is your character interacting with other people that he comes across? Things like that.
So Cal comes off a little bit more standoffish when he's not drinking, but when he starts drinking, he starts talking a little bit more. Starts getting a little bit more friendly, casual, and stuff like that. He's wearing it's obvious, like Imperial armor, like the laminate style armor. He no longer wears the helmet. He has it, but for being around in this area, he's not adorning it. But when he goes out, he knows that he can put it on. It's all customized to kind of give him a unique appearance. Like, people know who he is around here. And he's got his signature 2 flasks that he's carrying on him at all times. It's filled with just Corellian whiskey. He will not drink anything else. He comes from you can tell with the Imperial garb that he's wearing, he's formally trained. And he comes from the training of the ARC troopers from the Clone Wars, and so he's not an average stormtrooper. He's more of like the commando type.
How old would he be?
At this point, he'd be 27. So he's not too old, but he's not young anymore. No, he's still young, but you know.
So you say he's 27. Mm-hmm. So he was born. When would he be born?
That would be
point?
37.
Would it be 37?
If he's 27, yeah, and we're 10.
Cool.
But yeah, no, that's just.
So he would have fought in the Clone Wars.
He was like, you were like a teenager during the Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was a teen. He basically grew up with the rise of the Empire.
Gotcha. So did he participate in the Clone Wars? Like, was he trained as with the clone troopers, or just trained by a clone trooper?
No, he was trained by the once the phasing of the clone troopers, like when they started phasing them out of the army, that's when he got brought into it, and he was one of the first batches of the commandos trained, like they're not clones. He's just a normal human, but trained directly from the clones who hadn't gone either insane or just too old for service yet.
So Cal is trained as a storm commando. Mm-hmm. So I want to take this second to say that like Cal knows the storm commandos on Terrace. Mm-hmm. You have probably done missions with Norris Hacken. You've probably worked under Ariel Negri. You've got relationships with them, and in some way, you're still tied to them in some shape or fashion, because all of the Storm Commandos are very close. There are so few of them, and they all came from Taniel's program, which has been since shut down. So, yeah, I just kind of wanted to give a little bit of a picture of who Cal is. Mm-hmm. So as you're walking back to your room, you are thinking through, past battles and the things that somber veterans think through as they walk pulling from their flasks, and you bump into some furry thing. And he looks up at you and says, Hey, watch where you're going, Cal. What are you doing over here? Your room's that way.
I guess this old whiskey's getting to my head right now. Just walking around.
And he coughs. Well, the dust in here is getting to me, but it is what it is. Is there anything that you need?
We were just talking about it. I'm looking for. He's like really trying to get the words kind of rolling in his head.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. Where I can get some. Me and my friends are about to go out into a pretty. There's going to be some consequences more than likely on the way here. Do you got?
Yeah, I heard. I'm kind of worried about you guys actually.
Yeah, I'm trying to get some medical supplies gathered up and maybe some extra. A detonator here or there.
Well, I don't know about detonators, but you can scrounge whatever you can out of my medical crates in the back there. We don't have much. Try to leave some stuff for the kids.
And he's handing the flask over to him like as a casual.
Oh no, thank you. I don't touch the Corellian stuff.
You're lost.
It's too close to home. And you do know that this is a drawl named Darrett,
okay.
Who drawl are fairly close to Corellia.
Okay.
So. Yeah, no, it hits a little too close to home for me. Hey, listen, while you're out, if you wouldn't mind, there's those little, like, balls of chocolate that have the liquor inside of them. I could really, those would make my day.
Balls of chocolate with the liquor inside of them. I think we can work something out here.
Yeah, if you can't, it's no worry. I know you're like going to a moon and whatever. It's like really important to you guys. But while you're out on your adventure, if you just can think of old Darrett back here.
Look, you're helping me. I'll help you. I'll keep an eye out.
I would really appreciate it. Thanks so much, Cal. You're a good guy.
He's just he nods off to him, taking his drink, starts strolling on towards the medical supplies.
Okay, cool. You'll be able to find like some basic medical stuff, like patches, like skin patches and things like that you guys might possibly need. Not like a bunch of stim packs or anything. Nothing with immediate application, but things that like a healing kit, like things that with a medicine check could help stabilize somebody.
So like a med pack or something.
Yeah,
like
a med pack, something like that. I think they are like emergency healing kits.
Okay,
I think is what they're called. Cool. So let's shift over to Udel and Luica. And I saw you guys like smiling at me. I almost said click. So y'all enter this makeshift card room, and a guy stops you, a human, and he says, "You guys got the ante?"
Of course I got the ante. This little sweet thing over here is my ante.
No, do you got credits?
Oh, credits. Yeah, I got credits. Here, look, I got the buy-in.
Hey, it's gonna take 1,000 credits to buy into this game. You got it?
Oh, absolutely.
You don't. All right. Tables are already running. Get your spot.
All right. So, sweet thing, you get over there to the bar and you go give me a drink, and I'll slap her on the butt and send her on her way.
Oh, jeez.
I jump a little bit.
Roll willpower. Like discipline.
right.
I don't think that's something that Luke is used to.
Udel's about to lose a hand.
And
I actually gave him the go ahead. Like I was like on the way down, I was like, do whatever you have to get into the game. So I actually kind of prepared for it.
Okay, I'll give you a boost then.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty is going to be what is your presence?
My presence is 2.
Then 2 purple. You got to overcome yourself here.
Just a advantage.
Okay, great. You can give yourself a boost, but or heal some strain if you have it. But you did not like that experience.
I didn't say I would, but I said I would let it go.
But like you very nearly lose it on Udel. You kind of almost give him a look like, try that one more time.
Oh, definitely.
And he will.
And I just go, all right, whatever you say, you're the one with the money tonight.
All right, so you go to the bar, and Udel hits the table, and man, cards start flying. You're winning hands, you're losing hands, and there are people that get up from the table. There are people that buy back in. Go ahead and roll me just a single sabak roll to see how well you do. And let's
on what
determine
difficulty?
that. Sabak difficulty. You got at least 6 people at this table. Let's say 2 reds. And are you cheating or not?
Oh yeah.
All right, cheating big time. So because you're cheating, I'm going to put the odds a little bit more nice. Odds a little bit more in your favor. So in this particular round, we're just going to kind of put your 1,000 up against the whole thing. If you succeed at the roll, you'll get your 1,000 back plus 1,000 for each success you roll.
All right. That is exactly what I like to see.
Yeah, but you haven't rolled that force die yet.
Yeah, it's in there.
Oh, it is?
Mm-hmm. It's in there.
Nice.
And because I have 0 fails showing, this
you'll turn that to an advantage.
Goes out, and we will turn that into an advantage.
So you got a lot of stuff.
Oh, yes.
My goodness.
And then that one will go away. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 successes and 3 advantages.
So what does advantage gain you?
It's
a sabak roll.
It's really kind of just GM discretion. I mean, you could get like extra percentages of the ante or the pot.
Okay.
But in this particular case, I actually want to hold those back as more like I'm kind of drawing some people in with some slow, steady losses and wins.
Okay.
Trying to make him think like maybe I don't know what I'm doing, and paying attention a little bit more to the wiggling butt that's over in the corner.
Yeah, because this is kind of a narrative roll against your entire pot,
Right.
Not for one hand of sabak. I think that definitely makes sense, and it'll give you kind of a favorable advantage in the next round. So, like I said, people have left, people have come, people have bought back in. You're now up to 5,000 credits. And the ante just got bigger. Like you're able to kind of say, "Hey, if you guys want to play big, let's play big," and it'll increase the ante to 2,000.
Okay.
And you'll get a free upgrade due to your 3 advantages because you've drawn a crowd and the favor of the room. It's almost like the other table has completely dispersed and everyone is crowded around this table. So people start like throwing in keys to air speeders and piles of credits and really expensive jewelry. Like people are tossing things onto this table, very like backyard poker game style.
All right.
And go ahead and make your roll against the 2,000 credit pot.
All right. And it's going to be the same difficulty?
It will be the same difficulty plus 1 purple. So 2 red, 1 purple.
All right. Well, I'm cheating. I have to actually upgrade that purple, so it's 3 red.
So quick question. Can I interject anything here, or am I just kind of eye candy at this point?
You'll kind of be watching, like if there are threats and stuff like that. Like you'll kind of come in. You're almost the muscle for Udel. You're kind of his bodyguard at this point.
No, I definitely am, but I also want to.
If you want to roll like a perception check to see, like to try to gather how many weapons and who's strapping, like that kind of thing. Like what's the biggest threat in the room? Kind of
Read
deal.
the room.
Yeah, if you want to read the room.
Well, I want to read the room, but I also want to. I don't know if I can add a boost to this, but I want to use as a follow-on roll, my deception to be a distraction to the other players at the table other than him. I bought this dress specifically for this reason. I'm literally meant to be a cooler.
Sure. So first, let's go ahead and roll the perception with a hard check.
A hard? Okay.
Yeah, Mike, go ahead and roll your gambling roll.
All right. That one didn't work
That's
out so
not
well.
as favorable.
No, actually, it's really not.
It's actually really not favorable.
But this is where I get to have fun with
Oh,
second
yeah,
chances.
you got second chances. Wow. It could wind up being okay. And it does.
It does. Second chances, thank you very much, sir.
Wow.
Just take those. That is
Don't
going
forget
to
to flip one of those
Yeah.
success and advantage due to the dark side point on your
It basically just
sabak
pulls
roll.
this die back out. And that leaves me with...
Well, it'll pull 2 of them out. Because that'll be like a success and advantage, and then this one will flip
Right.
to failure and threat.
Right, but if I flip one to failure and threat... Okay, you're right.
You'll have to lose 2 dice.
That's right. Sorry, thanks for counting.
Yeah.
Still leaves me with 2 successes net.
Yeah, man, that's great. So you wind up with 4,000 credits so you're plus 2,000, basically. So you get your 2,000 back plus an additional ante. So great, you're up to 7,000 credits so far. Things are going fairly well for you, but no advantage that time, so you won't get the free upgrade to your check. Lucia, how did your perception check go?
2 and 2.
2 of what and 2 of what?
2 success, 2 advantage.
Great. So your 2 successes, you do, you're able to address kind of what the most dangerous person in the room is. It's actually not like the bouncer person, but the dealer at Udel's table. You can tell he's got some kind of concealed melee weapon that's ready to go.
Cool.
Not like he's got it in his hand, but like it's easy to access. It's probably got like the magnetic clip on it, so that he can quickly grab it from whatever holster it's in. Your advantage, what do you want those to be?
So I want to turn those into basic.
You can boost die.
No, because it's a perception. I can't. I mean, I can kind of, sort of, technically, but I have a narrative reason for this. Is that because I've kind of made the dealer at this point, I want to be directly in his line sight for the next upcoming roll, and to kind of make it where he's going to be paying attention to the cards.
You want to distract the dealer.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and roll me your probably deception check against his willpower, or his discipline rather, which is going to be fairly high. It'll be 2 reds.
Okay, that's
that you're
fine.
rolling against.
Because of the dress and because of all the setup I've done, any boosts or anything?
You can have a boost, yeah.
All right, I'm cool with that.
And if you succeed on this, it'll give Udel advantage accordingly.
Yeah. Ooh,
Is that a despair?
that is a despair.
Yowza.
Yowza for sure. But I am left with 3 advantage. I don't succeed.
He's just sitting back there like. But one of the
3
teams
advantage
crashed.
is definitely going to pass a upgrade to Udel. It doesn't distract the dealer, but it does distract everyone else enough that you can pass that boost on. The despair. This is a popular game. It's a popular room, and you caught someone's eye enough that they're interested in seeing more of you.
Okay. I was prepared for this.
And so in through the door behind you, so you're kind of back as to the door because you're trying to see the dealer,
Yep.
and you don't see him walk in.
Okay.
But the young man who made you in front of the other casino walks through the door
Cool.
and kind of walks past you, and you kind of feel the hair on the back of your neck stand up as if somebody's looking at you. And he's got...
You don't say.
Yeah. He's got one hand kind of tossing a bunch of credits into the air, the other hand behind his back with a clenched fist, very militaristically walking forward. But he is in civilian's clothing. He walks up to the table and tosses his credits into the pot and says, "Well, I'd like to join this game."
Well, alrighty then.
"Oh, hello.
Oh, fancy running into you again.
Again? I don't..."
Yeah, I seen you around. You up on the top.
Go ahead and roll me a deception.
Because-
And I'm going to give you a setback because you forgot you're in disguise now and you weren't before.
Exactly. Guess what?
Yeah.
What's the difficulty?
So difficulty is going to be 1 red, 1 purple, and then 1 black.
You were that guy at the other casino. Remember Rebecca? She's right over there. Wave, Rebecca.
Oh, wait. But Rebecca's in disguise now, too.
Wait, you mean Luke? Oh.
You passed, I think.
Yes, actually, I
Wait,
do
where's the
pass.
red boy?
Oh, it's a double fail. But
Ooh.
hold on, I got the successes.
Did you though? Yeah, you
Yeah, I
did.
do.
Just barely.
1 success, 2 advantage.
Yowza. Okay, cool. So yeah. Well, I suppose I've probably seen you at some point. I do frequent some of these gambling tables. It is nice to see you again. I'm sorry that I don't recognize you. What was your name?
It's Ronald.
Ronald and Rebecca.
Great. It's such a pleasure to meet you again, Ronald.
And I never think I caught your name. I know we crossed paths a few times, but you know, I ain't had the pleasure of taking your money yet.
Yes, no, you most certainly have not. I'm quite good at what I do. The name is Antinial Callus.
Tenniel Callus.
Antinial Callus.
Tenniel Callus. Oh, that's good to meet you. Why don't you pull up a chair right there and let's see what we can do about working out some monetary exchange.
I certainly would love to do that. He pulls up the chair and snaps to order a drink and like waves the waitress over to him and orders his drink, and she of course brings it, and you guys start a new hand. And now it's going to be an opposed check.
Okay.
Same difficulty, 2 red, 1 purple.
2 reds, 1 purple. Actually, it's 3 reds for me. Flip 1, please.
Okay.
Don't forget, I passed you that upgrade.
Yeah, you do get the free upgrade. Great.
This is where it gets interesting.
Oh no! Oh, that is a roll.
A despair and a triumph.
So, check it out. I got the
Both
same.
of them.
No, you didn't. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Callus here and Mr. Ilvey both rolled a despair and a triumph. What are the odds? Wait, don't tell me. Let's flip those beautiful, beautiful force dice. This is going to cancel this guy out, which is going to give me one of these bad boys. Oh my goodness gracious alive. What is going on?
How are you going to play this one?
I don't know. It's going to take some turnage. The pot was 2,000 still. We have not bumped that up. So you're looking at 5 successes left over?
Hold on. There's 4, 5, 6.
Well, the despair is going to cancel out the success of the triumph.
That's correct. There we go. So 6 and...
Where's 6?
Oh, sorry, 5.
Yeah, 5 and 2 advantage, right?
How many light side pips did you get?
Actually, the funny thing is here... Hold on a second, because I still have a...
Oh, you've got the old reroll. Nice. Now 6 and 3 advantage?
No, that is not 3 advantage. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 advantage.
I couldn't see those dice. Wow.
That's quite a roll.
That is quite a roll. He got 3 success and 3 advantage. So you guys are both walking away with a little bit of cash from this here pot. And there are enough people to pay that out. So you have 4 advantage or 5 successes?
I have 6 successes and 7 advantage.
So you're going to pull your 2,000 plus another 12,000. So you guys can pay for the ship. Congratulations.
Time to go.
These triumphs and despairs, though.
They just negate each other and everybody's happy.
Actually, no, this is where it's going to get interesting.
Would you like to go first, or would you like me to go first?
By all means, go ahead.
My goodness. His triumph. He can't believe that he just won as much money as he did. I mean, he's pulling a pretty sizable, 6,000 credits off the table for himself. He's usually fairly lucky, but not really ever this lucky. And
I wonder why.
he kind of makes a turn with his triumph and kind of looking at the room, congratulating himself, high-fiving whoever he can find, and he turns and he does manage to once again lock eyes with Lucia for that triumph. And he recognizes that those are the same eyes, but different hair and clothes.
All right.
Is that the triumph and despair?
That's just the triumph.
Okay.
So for my
The despair is something bad that's going to happen to him. Yes.
So for my
Don't worry, he still gets to take it.
for my triumph,
Yes.
I kind of want to do it almost like a scene where I congratulate him on hey, I haven't seen too many people play this well. Can I take you over to the bar and maybe buy you a drink and we can celebrate all these credits that we're getting ready to walk away with? Convincing him to go over to the bar.
So your triumph is you guys go over to the bar.
Oh, yeah.
You
He
leave
and
the
I.
table for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Yeah, absolutely. You guys get to the bar. Your despair is he gets a call on his little hollow communicator. He says, hold on just one second. Trust me, I will buy the drinks. Give me just one quick moment.
Don't be too long. I got a little bit of Philly over here to take on home.
Give me just one quick moment. And he
Daddy
pulls
just
up
got
his
paid.
hollow communicator, hits the button, and the bust of right now Lieutenant Callus, not yet an admiral, appears in front of him. He says, Dad, you will not believe what just happened to me on and he stops him. Are you gambling again, boy? You need to leave there right now. Is that? And he's, like, the projection is looking over his shoulder and sees Lucia nearby.
Is that our despair too?
Yeah. That is his despair. His despair is that he's in a lot of doo-doo.
You hear from the side, yeah, he's gambling, he's winning too. You raised a heck of a gambler.
I could have sworn that I killed her with the rest of that gang. Antinial, do not let her leave. And the hollow projection closes down and he quietly slides it off the table and his countenance has changed entirely. He's no longer joyous that he's won anything. He is somber. His face almost looks darker. And he reaches down and hits a button on his communications pad. Says, I need backup. And gives the address because I haven't made up the address. I have her. Come quickly. And he grabs his drink and sips it slowly, but kind of keeps his eyes kind of on you a little bit. Like he's trying to entertain conversation, but you can tell his focus and his entire demeanor has drastically changed. And you saw the conversation with Lieutenant Callus. You saw that entire exchange go down. He doesn't have any idea that you're connected to her right
Okay.
now, which is why he didn't try to hide it as much.
All right. So I'll elbow him after all this is going on and go.
So that's kind of like your 7 advantages.
That's a couple triumphs worthy.
Is that you have the foreknowledge to know a way out. Like you are the way out for Lucia, essentially. Like there's not a secret passage. It's you know what's going on.
Okay. So I'm gonna elbow him right next to me, kind of see if I can jog his attention. It's a good drink, ain't it? And kind of hold it up like I'm gonna cheer him on congratulations. Now I know parents, man. My daddy don't like me gambling none either. So but what's he talking about with that little filly over there in the corner?
So he is in such a state of concern and potential rage that I'm actually going to make him roll a discipline check in order to not reach up and knock your drink out of your hand.
I seriously wish I had stayed in triad right now.
What is your presence?
My presence is 3.
Okay, good. That's what I thought it was.
Ooh.
He winds up with 1 success and 2 advantage. He takes a sip of his drink, and what did you say to him again?
What's
going on?
What's going on with that little filly over there in the corner?
I really cannot talk about it. He takes a sip of his drink and sets his cup down.
We all friends here. We just talking.
A little bit more forcefully than you might have expected, but he pushes it lightly toward the droid tending the bar. And says, congratulations on your wins. I think I have to leave.
I'd like to, if possible, make kind of like a sleight of hand kind of. And I'm not asking for the check specifically, but I'm kind of, while I've got his attention looking up at me, kind of give like a little hand signal for it's time to go.
Okay, I think in the 2 years you guys have been working underground, you probably have practiced this a little bit, so go ahead and roll streetwise to do in the open, deception to do it hidden.
Okay. Would it be stealth or deception?
I think deception.
Okay.
Because he's not...
Perception for me to see it?
Perception for you to see it, for sure. And I would wait until he's done his thing because his roll may
Difficulty?
help you get boosts. In this crowded of a room, when so many things are distracting Lucia, it's going to be a hard check with 2 setbacks
For both of us, or
for him.
okay.
So I'm going to wait for his check to determine what your stuff is.
Wouldn't she be paying attention to him though, because they're working right now as a team?
She's more like looking on and nervous, I would think, currently.
Definitely.
Especially because she saw from across the bar that Lieutenant Callis came up on that hollow projection.
In fact, I was going to ask if I could roll stealth to try to start blending into the crowd, but I've made myself...
Straight 4 successes.
4 successes? Great. So no advantages, no boosts for you, but also no threat, so no setbacks. So just a straight average check for perception.
Let's see here. That cancel... No. Oops. That's the... No, that was right. Oop. Those 2 cancel. That cancels. 3 success and 1 advantage.
Okay, great. So you see... what sign were you trying to send to him?
Time to go.
GTFO?
GTFO. Time to go.
GTFO, time to go. All right.
Okay, great. Is he supposed to wait for you in this scenario?
No.
No,
It's just get out.
Code red.
basically, yeah. I see the sign clear as day, and I am actually going to... I kind of want to narrate this a bit. So I've been at the bar. I haven't been drinking because I'm trying to stay sober.
Yeah.
But I'm going to act like I've been drinking quite a bit and kind of slobbingly kind of bump into maybe one of the other girls next to me and go,
Okay.
"He's my man."
All right, so here's what we need to establish this before the rest of the scene plays out. What weapons did you conceal in your dress? Because you don't have your full retinue or your pack or anything like that.
I only have my freeze pistol
Got it.
because I wouldn't have brought
And
the
is it
sword.
like in like a clutch, like a little purse?
Yeah.
And a thermal detonator.
Yeah, and I brought a thermal detonator.
No,
But you don't want to know where that was hidden.
I brought blasting gel.
My.
I mean, we agreed that the cryo,
Yeah, it's small.
it's a small pistol, so
Yeah, I mean it's got like a CO2 tank essentially is what powers it.
yeah, basically.
Cool. So
That would have been the. It's mainly meant to be either a distraction or, a way of basically stalling for time because it does have the ensnare quality. So
yeah, sure. So as you're kind of making this feigned approach, make a deception check against. I'm actually going to have you roll an actual opposed check. Like, so the difficulty will be his check essentially. You're rolling deception against his.
Well,
Let's just say.
I was more trying to start a scene, not necessarily
Okay.
for him, just so that way.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but the purpose is to smoke screen him.
Yeah.
So that's why deception.
That's fine.
So deception against.
I figured it would be deception. I just didn't think it would be against maybe his.
He's moving rather quickly
Okay.
at this point.
And as he's leaving the bar stool, I'm going to reach my hand out. I'm going to say, well, it's good to talk to you, friend. And I'm going to try and just whizzle it just in front of him, just enough to
Okay.
kind of induce some politeness.
narrative stress, so to speak.
Okay, I'll give you a boost for that action there, for him helping you there.
Okay.
That'll be kind of the assist on that. It's going to be your deception versus his coercion,
Okay.
which is going to be 3 red and a purple.
I'm gonna upgrade for sure.
Okay?
We have been giving back these points.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, and I have not been using them.
I know, and we haven't even gotten to the.
Well, we had to get
This
money.
is like
Yeah,
step
no,
2,
absolutely. Yeah, I know.
which has been very entertaining so far.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's been great, but this is gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad.
yeah, no, positive thoughts.
It bad.
Is
It's
that a despair?
it's a despair, and I am not successful with 1 advantage.
Oh boy. You not being successful means he gets you.
I know.
He grabs you, and your despair is that he had already seen your pistol, and he removes it quickly. He doesn't like shatter it or anything. He kind of grabs it and shoves it in his like coat pocket.
Yeah.
And says, and grabs you very tightly and says, "You would do well, Zerial, to not make a scene here." And that is where we will end the session.
Oh, I want to.
Thanks so much for listening. Well, that didn't work. We hope to see you guys next week. And until then, keep on adventuring.